Good afternoon or good morning, wherever you are in this great country of ours. Welcome to our HGI agent webinar. This is going to be a fantastic webinar. We have a very special guest, Alex Hargrove, who is our CTO and one of our co-founders, is going to go through the system, the new client and agent portal that we have been working on for about a year and a half, maybe close to 2 years now. And this is going to be one of these webinars that you're so glad you're going to be on, because the new NetLaw is taking off, as I like to say it. The new technology is there. It's quicker, it's faster, it's more user-friendly. And I'm so glad that everyone could join us today. I'm Mark Sterneman, Vice President of NetLaw. And again, I just want to welcome you as part of the NetLaw family. And I believe you're just going to love this webinar. So without further ado, I am going to turn this over to Alex Hargrove. If you have any questions, please put them in the Q&A, and I will go through and answer those questions as Alex is going through his presentation. Alex, I'm going to go ahead and stop sharing my screen so you can share yours. And if you can hear me, you're on mute, so take yourself off mute.
Yep, I'm here.
All right, great.
Hello, everyone.
The floor is all yours.
All right, thanks for that introduction, Mark. And excuse me. Sorry, I had to sneeze right when I go on mic.
That happens to me.
I'm going to take you today through our new products, a new series of portals that we have that my team and I have spent the last three and a half years developing. So I'm not sure how many, I'll assume not everyone was on the last demo that I gave to HGI agents. And for your benefit, then give you a little background on this. As you know, our old product, we've got great estate planning documents in the product. The company was co-founded by myself and my father, Jamie Hargrove. My father being the 30+ year estate planning veteran, who has been doing high net worth, business succession planning, estate planning, which all needs wills and trust, even though dealing with rich people. Creating this bevy of content for us to draw from very early on. And it's really on that bevy of content, his 30+ years of practicing, and then my efforts coming out of law school at Washington Lee to automate all that work product so that the same wills and trusts that the Bill Gates of the world are using, that then feed to a bunch of other trust and more complicated devices, of course, are the wills and trusts that your clients are now able to get. And what we've spent the last 3.5 years trying to do is take that same great content, the same great content you've been out there selling to your clients, bar none the best estate planning documents, and wrap a much better user experience around it. A user experience that takes a lot of the pain that many of you have probably experienced in selling the product with the old product. Problems with passwords, those are gone. You can log in without a password now. It will text you or email you a 2-factor code, and it'll text you or email you a unique one each time. So we verify that you own your device, and from there on, you just use your device to log in. Account security, paramount. All accounts are locked now. We can't get into your account. There is no backdoor to go in and troubleshoot your clients' accounts or their documents. Instead, we have a new chat interface. And through chat, you can escalate the chat to a screen sharing session with one of our agents, like Mark or somebody on his team probably, who can see what's going on over in the client portal. And this is the new client portal up on the screen here. See what's going on in your client's account and troubleshoot that. The speed, in addition to the security, has dramatically improved, like overnight. As you can see, when I click around, there is no spinning hourglass. When I go to make changes in a legal document, everything just buzzes and hums. No spinning hourglass. I can click through every single page. And this is a live application that you all are going to get the keys to try out yourselves.
I'm not seeing your screen.
Oh, okay. Well, that would help if I was sharing my screen.
Yes.
Just a moment. I hope you were at least hearing me, because I don't think I can do that intro
again. We can hear you, but screen share's not.
There we go. There we go. It had gone to that little mode and couldn't find it on my screen. So at this
Now
point,
we can see it.
I'm going to backtrack and take you all through the whole process, but I just wanted you to see, I know you all have been some of our biggest supporters over a year, or the biggest supporter of our company over the years, and we really appreciate that, which means you've had to deal with the spinning hourglass that causes delays and awkward moments with your clients. Well, that is gone. We've actually got a patent on this technology. And it's really trying to make the best product is what has taken a lot longer, and why we decided a few years ago, instead of just continuing to marginally improve the existing product, we would take a big risk and we would rebuild everything from the ground up. And what you're seeing is a culmination of that effort. The product you're using right now is going to be version 1 in terms of, there's a whole roadmap of features that we know you folks already want because you've been using our technology for a long time. We know, for example, this is your new dashboard. We know that you want a filter on here that will sort clients in this list here. So that will be coming soon. This will be an actively developed product, unlike the last product where if you reported an issue, you were hard pressed to get someone to solve it, I'm sure in some cases. And again, that's because we had to go free of the old world and focus on building something much better, again, around that same great award-winning core content. Let me step back now and take you through the process, starting from, give me 1 second to get the link. Let me start from where you all are going to see. There we go. And resume my screen sharing. All right, so I'm going to open up a new window here so it doesn't know that I'm logged in, and I'm going to paste this link in that we're going to send around to all of you. And also you can go into your back office at HGI and you can register the link should be updated by now. I haven't heard from Lynn to confirm that, but they should be updating the link anytime now. So you'll be able to get this link there as well. And in fact, I think I can go ahead in the chat here and share this. Yes. Send to all panelists and attendees. Here we go. So I'm going to create a new, we'll call it Alex Advisor. This is actually the same registration your clients will see. Everybody goes through the same gate. 6 and 7. Actually, let's do this. Password. And I'm going to hit next. As you saw, the password was optional, but I don't want to have to go to my email to get the code, so I used a password instead. Now it's going to take me to create my advisor profile. It's going to already have my invitation code that says that I'm with WFG. Here I'm able to specify my own independent business name. If I do business under an independent business name alongside of working with HGI, then that name would go here. And then create profile. And you're set up. And as you can see, it's been branded in partnership with HGI here. I can add a client now. At this point, the product is in beta that you're going to be using. So the feature is limited to adding a client. That client will get an email with a message in it. And what's cool here is that you can customize the message. You know, we realize that you know your clients much better than we do. So to be able to take the benefits of the product, which we've got brochures, we got stuff like that to help you communicate that, and put the benefits in terms that really match up to the client that you know, and type them something custom in here. And so it's be a custom message, personal to the client. And then there will also be some layers of copy or some text in the email and pictures with more information about the product. And then it'll have your custom message in it. All right, and then I'll switch over here. Oh, and you can actually, there's 2 ways to do the invitation. you can copy this code up here. This is for you to share on social media or to share through text yourself. You just want to send somebody an email. You know, the best way to get somebody to do something is always just to pop your Gmail open there and type them a personal email, and you can copy paste that link into it, which you're probably familiar with doing already. If you do that, that will end up in your dashboard as soon as they register and use the link. And then of course, if you add them in here, they'll get an email from us. So I kind of call this, yeah. So once you, let me switch back over to my generic account here that's associated with the client I have already created so that we can continue from there. So I've got more clients in here just so you can kind of see. You're going to see the status of the client here. You're going to see whether they've registered yet, whether they've purchased. And eventually, anywhere you see this coming soon, the product's in beta. That's just to let you know we thought of something, but it'll be there soon. And this is going to show you like basically an invoice of the purchase, breaking down your share as well as the price that the client paid and what the plan was and what all included. Once you send the link to the client is going to register, and I'll just show you what that looks like. Here, I'm copying that link up there on the top, and I'm opening up a private window. Oh, nope, I'm still logged in, aren't I? Yes, I am. Let's try that again. There we go. It's going to take your client here. Eventually, and pretty soon, we will have the branded landing page type setup that you're used to. Where the client's going to go to a page and get more information before they get here to register. But to get the product out, to get you using it, to get some clients in it, we just cut that out so that we could go ahead and ship the product for now. So the clients can go here. You want to give them a heads up and let them know, this is best to try out with the clients you're meeting with in person, where you can give them the code right there and they can register or add them as a client, and they'll get an invitation code sent to them like this. And then once the client completes registering, which is just finishing that screen there, it's going to take them over here. Your picture is going to be down at the bottom along with your independent business name and your contact information, your email and phone number, assuming you filled out your profile. The client's process is a lot like it was before, except just a lot less friction is probably the best way to put it. You're going to create your profile. You're going to add your family and contacts. Here you can see I've added my spouse. I've added my youngest son. I've added my stepson. And just like before, this is the key people concept for those familiar with the old product. The idea here is you enter that data once. We capture everything we need about that person, regardless of how they're used in your documents. And then when you go to create your documents, you're just matching people up to roles. Is this person a beneficiary? Pick them from a drop down, and that eliminates repetitive data entry. It reduces the risk of human error, and it makes the process a heck of a lot easier. So once I've added my key people and my contacts, it's a process I can do on mobile. And here I've just set the will to free for purposes of this demo here, so that I can take you through it. If I'm on my phone, I'm a client and I'm on my phone, or you're on your phone, I show you the product scale. So that if you're on an iPad with a larger screen, you're going to have help content over here, and you can tab back to it. And then as you get on a smaller screen, we're going to hide the menu, and you're going to use up here to go back and forth to the menu. And eventually you get down to a phone. This is just tapping and picking names at this point. This little indicator up there in the top right shows that data is being saved to the cloud. And as soon as you see a check mark, it's saved. No need to click a save for later or anything like that button. If you delete a key person, you get this right here. No to go back. I don't have any more people left to do. If I need to add someone, it is lightning fast to come over here. I've left one child out. Let's put my other son, Colin, here. You can see the text changing on the screen. Everything's dynamic. These aren't slides. They're just moving as fast as slides. Excuse me. fact, I've joked with one of our developers that we need to add a artificial spinning something someplace so that people think it's actually doing something, because it goes so quick and seemingly silent. So that's child of current marriage. You're able, of course, to match your child with either you or your spouse. And that also allows us, that matching between you and your spouse allows us to be the only product on the market that lets you and your spouse as a client create both their estate plans under one purchase and one account. And that feature we will be showing next week or the week thereafter. I'll pull it up here real quick so you can see how it's going to be done. I can click on my wheel here. There we go. So when you go to the document screen to create a given document, it's going to show you at the bottom what documents are included in that package. You can see my will comes with the will, and also comes with execution instructions. If you get a living trust, the living trust is going to come with funding instructions as well as the execution instructions. There's also instructions for transferring life insurance policies, I believe. Then when the client gets in here, you know, there's an explanation up there. If they've just bought the basic plan and they haven't upgraded to a trust, they'll have the opportunity to consider that and pay an additional $200 and upgrade to the trust. They'll also be able to switch between themselves and the spouse. It'll say coming soon for the next probably week or so. But then it'll be the same process. It'll draw from the same key people. They're mapped. And you can quickly, in a matter of minutes, get both estate plans done. Because, for example, for my spouse, I mean, these are the same. This is our family. So there's really nobody else she's going to need to add. And it knows that I said Akash is my stepchild, so it knows that Akash belongs to her. In contrast, so it's going to change that over to say my child when my spouse is creating her documents, which I think is pretty cool. And then finally, the plans, the experience your client will see when they log in. Let me get back to the login screen here where I sent myself an invitation. There we go. We'll do new test. Let me add some pluses since I've used this email address before. I'm going to create a password, but if your client wants to, if you can just skip the password, and even if you forget the password and you use one, you can later switch to not using a password and it'll text you again. I don't want to go through the trouble of digging the code out of my email, but especially if you use a cell phone number to register, the codes are lightning fast. So here it's wanting my verification code, but since I entered a password, it's not going to make me do both. If I hadn't entered a password, of course, I would have had to have gotten a code there. Oh, I think I'm still logged in under a old version of the plans and pricing. Let's see here. There we go. Fixed it. There we go. So this is what the store is going to look like. That's the last part I believe I haven't showed. Yeah, this one's all locked down, so I didn't want to take you through this account because I didn't want to put my credit card in here to unlock it. So when your clients first register, all the documents are going to be locked, except for the next week or maybe two. We're going to make the power of attorney for free. So what you can do, and for the last 5 minutes of my demonstration here, I'll show you how to go from registering your advisor account to adding a client role to your account, which is really cool. It allows you to sit here. Hang on, I'm still in like iPhone mode or something. There we go. It allows you to, I've got a whole bunch of accounts under one, so yours won't look like that. But you'll just have two, and it allows you to go from being the advisor. So I'm the advisor here to I'm the client again. So you can actually come in, purchase a plan for yourself if you need it, use the product yourself, and you don't have to worry about remembering two separate accounts and having to log out of one and make sure you're not logged into the other one. The store, this is what your clients will see. The feature that has the landing page and stuff will let you take payment inside of NetLaw Advisor. So soon, probably next month, you'll be able to actually purchase plans inside here. for the client and add them to an invitation. So when the client gets the invitation, the plan's all prepaid and set up. We're exploring other ways of even doing bulk purchases if there's interest, and ways you can, we've actually got the technology ready, just need to get the everyone on board with what the discount schedule would look like, but let you buy plans and then assign them to clients. Or BOGO will probably at some point be facilitated in a manner like that. But for now, you can come in, you can try the product out yourself, create your profile, add your family and contacts, and then come down here and do the power of attorney. And just like the process with the will, I am just picking names from drop downs, except here I have not added anybody yet, and have not entered any information about myself yet. So I'll just focus on the store part there. The $400, if you buy that plan, if your client buys that plan, the living trust upgrade is going to change to $200, so they can upgrade to that later without starting over. You'll like the, I think you'll like the interface here. It's much more bank grade, I think. I think it'll inspire confidence in terms of putting your credit card information and making the purchase, especially if you're on mobile. You know, a great way to get clients connected to this solution right now is being with them or having just got off the phone with them, and then coming in here, adding a person and checking the phone box. So instead of email, you know, type their phone number, their cell phone in here. I'm going to check the cell phone box, and you'll put their email in too, so that they get both. But it's going to hit them with an SMS like that. They tap a button, they type in their, that you've already got their name. So they'll just have to type in their email address. They skip the password. It texts them the code. They copy, you know, everybody's phone says copy now, and you paste that in. And then boom, they're right here. They're on their mobile. They click, do you want the 400 or the 600? Choose your payment method, add your payment method. You're going to put your credit card in here. We support bank account, but for fraud purposes, we have to validate the bank account, which means we have to make through Stripe, through a big trusted Silicon Valley partner that processes payments for Uber and many other companies that we all do business with every day. You'll have to put they put two deposits in the bank, and that can take up to 48 hours. So that introduces a lot of friction. So best to pay with credit card, though bank account is supported. You'll add your credit card here, and it will toss you back over here, and you select the credit card, and you're off to the races. So that there's fewer questions about the second year plan, which we're constantly looking to add more value to that second year plan at the same price. There's no plans in the world for that price to ever change. There's all the plans in the world to add more and more value in there, so your client gets a more holistic product and more holistic services beyond the first year. But as you can see here, it's free for the maintenance subscription year one. Starting in year two, that will be $8 a month. The client can turn that off in their account settings if they don't want to renew the product after the first year. And then once they've purchased, you know, they can go home with their spouse over a glass of wine at dinner or what have you, and finish the rest of the process. But you've got a really low friction path to getting them connected with that solution and getting the purchase done while they are with you and know, yes, I need to be doing this, not when they get home and realize, oh, I'm too busy to do this right now. Let's deal with it later. Because we found if you get people, you know, to make the purchase and commit that, okay, I'm going to do this and this is the solution, I paid for it, that has a certain stickiness to get them to think about it when they get home and actually do and use it. And, you know, that's something you can do on your phone, but you can also go home and do that on your desktop if you prefer to type on a keyboard. And everybody's got every shade of that in between, and the product supports all of those shades of devices. Let me stop there and see what questions Mark might have picked up from the audience.
So some good questions that have come in, Alex, and I think the biggest one, just like yesterday, the biggest question coming in is about transferring the client information that's in the old portal to the new one. So do you want to talk briefly about that?
Yeah, so in order to create such a gorgeous product, in my not so humble opinion about it, I had to free our developers of constraints like it has to be compatible with the old one. If we wanted to make something new, we had to leave those constraints behind, which means the old one will be available indefinitely right now. We will have a path for users of the old product to migrate to the new product at some point. That won't be today. Goal number one was to get a new product out and get you folks starting to sell the new product, so that all the new clients coming in are going into a much easier to maintain, much less hassle for all of us to support the clients that you add in here. There's probably overhead for you too in selling the old product and clients having problems and that taking up your time too. So we think everyone's going to be better off if we as quickly as possible got the product without the migration path there yet. As you know, we're doing BOGO this week. We had of the old product, the documents in the old product are the same great documents that you'll get out of the new product. So you're certainly not doing your client a disservice connecting them to the old product. And then at some point, it'll probably be a year free offer if somebody comes in and activates their account, and we'll give them a way to move their documents from their vault over. And until that time, their documents are secure, their accounts are secure. They can continue to use and benefit from that old product.
Good stuff. Good stuff. So that's really about the only question. You know, there's just questions that I've answered, and I've answered most of them to the whole group. You know, just remember, guys, that most of everything is staying the same, right? The prices are staying the same. The $8 is staying the same after the first year. Commissions will always be paid the same way. So everything's staying the same. It just has that new look. It's faster. It looks better. Your clients are going to love it. You're going to love the agent portal and all the new functionality that comes with it. So we'll be doing more trainings. As you know, most of you know me. I love doing training. So I'll be setting up trainings on down the line. So be looking for them, whether they're with HGI, with Lynn directly, or just calling me and getting it set up for your team. I'll be creating webinars as well, so that we can send these videos out to you so that you can watch it on your time, share it with your team. You know, we're going to make sure that you have all of this information. We want to make sure that you feel comfortable using the new portal, even though Alex just showed you how easy it really is. You know, it doesn't hurt to have this for maybe a day when you just have your team there and you're sharing this with everybody. And again, you can always call us and we'll answer any questions that you have as well. So, Alex, are you done, or do you want to?
I was going to, as a final here, I'm making sure I got that link sent out. Did you all get the link?
I posted the link to register as an agent.
You did? Okay.
So everybody should have that.
Perfect. So once you've registered and you're seeing what I'm seeing here, what you should all do, if you don't mind my asking, is copy those few letters you got there at the end of that. Can you see my cursor highlighting that, Mark? The SDORH in 3.
At the top, guys, in the box where it's got the big capital A.
Yeah, right up here. Yep, that SDO, those after the / the characters after that. And then I'm going to go over here and I'm going to go, and we'll send you around instructions on this too. And I'm going to go to legacy.netlaw.com. And I think this one's already got an account set up. But when you do that, it's just going to ask you to paste that code in, and then it's going to drop you right here into the Legacy portal. And you'll have, just like me, you see here, I've got NetLaw Advisor and I've got NetLaw Legacy. And yours will have the same. So you can just tap here, I'm in Legacy, here I'm in my Advisor account. And you know, we can send you all the brochures and stuff in the world, but there's nothing better than just being able on your own device right there to say, let me show you. And without having to fumble around, you just, you know, tap over there and boom. And for now, we've given you all the power of attorney for free, not in this account because I don't have it registered right, but you all will have the power of attorney. So when you go over to NetLaw Legacy, you'll have a power of attorney there. You can go ahead and create a document, try it out, put your key people in, have your profile filled out so that when you tap with the client there to go over, You know, all the information's there. It looks real pretty on this page. When you add some people, it doesn't look as good when there's nobody there. Although the artwork is original, folks, and we do like the artwork. Yeah, and I think that's the best place to leave you off is to say go test drive it. And if you have ideas, thoughts, things that could be improved, help@netlaw.com. And even better, there is chat in all of the portals now. I think I mentioned at the beginning, Mark's got a whole team in there that is just standing by to connect with your clients, to walk people through the portal. You can, once you're chatting with Mark, you can get on here, you know, say whatever, and Mark can message you back a link that will instantly start a video call. You can keep your screen off, the client can keep their screen off, but Mark's screen will be on, or one of his associates will have their screen on. And you've got somebody there. It's way better than telephone. So don't go try to find the 800 number if you have, and that's inside the advisor portal and the client portal as well. So I switch over to the advisor. You see chats over there. You can chat with our support team as both a client and as an advisor. They can send you links, and most importantly, they can see your screen because again, there's no backdoor into these accounts. So the only way to troubleshoot issues is to see the screen. So that's the quickest way to get something. But if you got thoughts for me, stuff you want to follow up on, help@netlaw.com. And thank you all for your time today. I think I'll leave you with that.
Yeah, thank you so much, Alex. This was a great presentation. And again, this is recorded, and I will go ahead and send this out later today or first thing in the morning. Once I get everything recorded, downloaded, and shipped out, this will also be recorded in the back office as well at HGI. So look for it there. If you have any questions, please reach out to us. As Alex said, you can get to us through the chat. That's probably the best. Usually after these big webinars, we get inundated with calls, right? The easiest way to get a hold of us today will be using that chat function or you know, the help desk ticket. So again, thank you everybody for joining us. I really appreciate your time.